Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of FSMB Garage. Today we will be putting a couple goodies from ZZ Performance that I got in the mail just recently. Al from ZZ Performance ended up giving me the hookup, thank you, with some new stuff. So in this box we have what will be on their website, I'm assuming soon, is their new Stage 2 intercooler pump. So the Stage 2 intercooler pump will be a little bit better than the Stage 1 that had just gotten released. I know that this one is going to flow, it says about 44 liters per minute. So I believe that the Stage 1 floats something around in the low 40s or upper 30s, and then the stock one is about 8 gallons, which is about 30 liters a minute, around there. So it's quite a little bit more flow. I did find out that I had replaced my factory pump about 2 years ago with a stock unit, and the stock unit had already failed. So it's unfortunate, but like I said, Al from ZZ Performance hooked it up, and they got me this one, which is cool because their pumps come with a 2-year warranty. And, you know, it's a little bit of an upgrade, which is nice. Never wrong to upgrade stuff. Also, he was talking to me about my intake air temperature too, which is very important on these cars because I'm running a water to air heat exchanger. So the reason why it's important is because the hot air that comes into the engine is no good because it retards timing, you lose power. The coldest air, more power. So in this box I have the upgraded ZZ Performance heat exchanger, the Stealth Heat Exchanger, which, I mean, I know you're not going to be able to see it as well. You'll be able to see it a lot better when I take the bumper off. But right now, in there I have their Stage 3 front mount heat exchanger. And then if you look in here, I believe it's this one right here, this little thin thing. That is the stock one. So I'm going to be replacing that, which, give or take, is about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch to this that's well over an inch thick. So a lot more volume, hopefully keep those temperatures cooler, which is going to be great, and hopefully we can get a little bit more power out of it. So the first step is to take off this front bumper. So on my car I kind of have it quick to set up where I can change the bumper off quick. I mean, there's not really much holding it in. I got my 2 bolts that are here. I got this bolt that's there for moral support. I got this clip that's, again, probably there for moral support, and I got 2 more clips. Is it the right way to do it? No. Does it hold? Yes. Never had an issue with the bumper coming off, wiggling, flying away, nothing like that. And it makes it quick that if I need to service something underneath there, I can pop it off in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get that off, and then I will get back to you in a second. All right, guys, I just got the front mount off. So like I said, this is ZZ Performance's front S3 heat exchanger. I painted mine black just because mine was a little dented up because it's been in the garage for a while. But as you can see, the stock intercooler heat exchanger, it's not that thin, and it's really not that wide. So seeing that compared to this, it's a lot more cool. And I mean, I think the stock one only goes to about here and here, so not only is it thicker, but it's also a little bit wider. So hopefully that will help keep this thing cool. Right now I am going to get to draining all the fluid out of the system because it is still full. I'm going to drain all the fluid, and then I am going to start getting into here. So in order to get out your AC condenser, you have to take out this 10mm bolt, and then there's a 10mm bolt down over here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. Take that bolt out, and then this will just slide down, well, forward and up off of that. You gotta get it down under off of these perches.
Hey man, your lights are on.
Numdigish.
I'm telling you, I would not lie to you, my friend. What you going?
So now I'll drain the fluid and we'll get right back to you. All right, guys. So now got it up on the lift. Making a mess per usual. Sorry, Dad. But I just disconnected the. I believe that's the outlet for the pump, and then I disconnected that just to let most of the fluid drain out. I actually did also find a kink in my stock heat exchanger, so I guess it is a really good thing that we're changing it out. Next step is I gotta remove those a 13mm bolt there, and then there's one right above it, so I can slide the pump out. Once I slide the pump out, then I will focus on taking out the AC condenser. Get back right to you. All right, so I got the new intercooler pump with the rubber gasket that I'll probably put a link to in the description, because raise hell and praise Dale. So now let's slide in. Doesn't it look pretty?
I'm saying it a little creepy like.
And also,
sneak up on
you guys do need, if you get an the stage 1 or the stage 2 pump when it comes out from ZZ Performance, you do need to get their harness, because it is a different connector at the end to plug into this pump. So I'm going to tighten that down and I'll get right back to you. All right, so now I got the new pump in, and like my dad was saying, you want to make sure that if you get the second stage, I don't know if the first stage came with this, but this one has a heat sink. You want to make sure that it's flush, otherwise this isn't clearanced properly. You also want to make sure that this is clocked out, so that way the hose goes down. And then I got that clamped and this all tightened. Now I am working on getting the AC compressor out, which is a 10mm bolt.
That was a very good explanation.
Thank you.
I like it.
And then there's another 10mm bolt up in here.
One right there. And one right there.
And then it should slide off, but I'm also gonna be, because this one's bent and twisted and all messed up, I'm gonna take the 13mm bolts off the side to release the tubes for the AC, and then I will be taking it out until I order a new one and have it come in, and then I will get to the heat exchanger. So be right back.
But if your AC is full and it actually works,
it's not full. It doesn't work.
No, I'm just.
You want to recycle it for Planet America.
Alex doesn't. But you have to bring it to a place and have it discharged before you go and take the condenser out, because it'll be ugly if you don't.
Captain Planet's not too happy about it. They complain.
We're tree huggers here. So here is the stock one. As you can see, very thin, very narrow. And this is the ZZ Performance Stealth Heat Exchanger that is a little bit bigger. Not by, you know, a little bit. How about the sideways comparison?
So you got about 1.5 inches more, both front and side. So that's a lot more cooling capacity. What's also cool is you get a spout, so that way you can fill it up. Helps making, you know, bleed the system a lot easier. I transferred over my option B brass fitting. It's a what's the fitting called?
Pipe thread.
A pipe thread.
Yeah.
So I put some sealant on there. It's been drying up, and now we're gonna get this back up in the car. And we also had to move out the stage 3 heat exchanger, because it won't fit in without moving that. Okay guys, so I had to fight with it a little bit, mostly because these factory bolts that go into the bumper if you are running both the stage 3 heat exchanger and the Stealth Heat Exchanger, you are going to need a little bit of a longer bolt. I believe the pitch was 1.25 and it was an 8mm bolt, and it was just, I don't know, maybe like 10 millimeters longer than the factory ones. So I got it mounted up in there. This one I just need to tighten down a little bit more. Don't forget to put this back on. If you have the option B, you will have like a little restrictor. Make sure that that's inside of the tube with the little nozzle facing out, so that way it flows. Make sure that this is tight. And then this bracket goes on the bottom bolt of the hood hinge, and then a bolt and a nut. You know, it's solid, it's not going anywhere. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lift it back up. There's the intercooler hoses I just got to hook back up, and then I will start filling up this system with coolant. Alright, so now we are filling up the top. So what's cool about the Stealth Heat Exchanger is you actually have a fill right at the top here, so you can help bleed out more of the air bubbles. So what we're doing is we're just going to fill up the radiator first, the heat exchanger rather, and then I'll turn the key on, which will turn on the new pump, and then we will cycle it through, and then hopefully take out the air bubbles and top off the system, and it should be all set. Alright guys, I don't remember quite where I left off yesterday. I ended up having to call it a night. Had to get some longer bolts and stuff, but today the car is back together. As you can see, the heat exchanger fits in there extremely well. I have no complaints on it. We bled the system, everything. It is running excellent. I got the new pump in there. The pump flows ridiculous compared to the stock one. I mean, it's amazing what they can do with a couple of tweaks to it. So now that everything's all set, I also had a watt box installed. I still got to clean up some of this wiring, but I will show in a later video how I wired it. It's really simple, honestly. As long as you follow the directions, it's pretty self-explanatory. I put ZZP's solid shifter bushings in, well, the solid shifter bracket in it. So here's the factory one, and as you can see right here where these bolts are, it's made out of rubber. I don't know if you can see that very well, but they're made out of rubber, which makes a little bit of a sloppy shift. So these are for these came in the 04 to 07 LSJ engines, I believe in the ions also, and in the turbocharged models, which was 08 to 2010, they came with solid ones, so they replaced that with just a solid bushing, I guess you could call it. It's part of the bracket, but I just installed that, so that's going into gear. Everything's all set with that, and yeah, so I will be leaving for the track tomorrow, which is April 2nd, and then April 3rd I'll be going up to race. I'm not expecting great times again. Like I said, I'm running on street tires, no slicks, no nothing like that yet, so I'm working on that. But yeah, so we'll see what it runs, and I'll post a video about the track day and how well it goes. Again, I'd like to thank ZZ Performance and McClure for hooking it up. You know, they're awesome. If you have any questions, they're always willing to help you. ZZperformance.com, link will be in the description. Besides that, please like, rate, comment, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.